Happy Time Zone viewers, and welcome to our Change the Dreaming 20th Anniversary Edition Chronicle, Toronto by Day, Tales from the Rookery. As a warning, to get this up front so that you are aware this is a mature game and it may contain some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have already discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. And if you, as our viewer, ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please do pause and step away. Mental health is every bit as important as physical health. Our streams are available on YouTube after the games. You can always come back to an episode when you feel more prepared, or you can just skip the episode and go on to the next one. We have sponsor, Mikhail Artoria. Stand up and take a bow, sir. So far, I've been 100% with having him in the chat, which is just fantastic. That's like 1.6% better than Steve. And he made these beautiful little dice boxes, which you can see. They are fantastic. We still have somebody who needs to go pick up them so that she can become one of us. Fantastically,
One of us.
One of us.
Did I just mine? Oh, there we go. Fantastically lined with fabric. They're great for, they're beautifully hand done. They're not stenciled. They're all free form. They're just gorgeous things. They really are. We'll throw up his information right over there in the chat so that you can order your own. He also does vampire themed. He's working on several other World of Darkness themes as well, and does other things. So have a chat with Mikhail and find out what Artoria Designs can do for you. And now let's meet our players. Hey, Motley, how are we doing this evening?
Good.
Yo.
Excellent. I can tell they're awake. This is good. Okay, so where am I going to start this week? Let's start with Najra.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I play Fagua, your backpacker Aishu. And let's see how whatever this is going goes. I'm scared.
That's a good approach. Excellent. Next up, we have Michael.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Walsh. I play Hunter Lanigan, your pizza-eating, beer-swilling, toast-making troll.
Wonderful. Thank you, Michael. And next up, we have Crystal.
Hello, I'm Crystal. I play Lily Winters, your friendly neighborhood chorus. Some things could be exciting. Some things could be terrifying. The difference between the two. Don't know.
Thank you very much, Crystal. And next up in the motley, we have Zev.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev. I'm playing Volodymyr Mihailovich, your, I was going to say friendly, but that would be a lie. You're a grouchy neighborhood knocker. Very scared about everything that's going on right now.
Excellent. And well, you should be. And wrapping up our motley this evening, we have Haley.
Hi everyone, I'm Haley, also known as Beyblade 666, and I play Rosaline Kelly. She's always here to help.
Fantastic. Now, yes, I get to roll dice on that to decide who, to decide which hunter tells us what happened last week.
What?
And actually, it's not Hunter. Wow. Okay.
What are we hunting?
So
I feel
Rosaline.
targeted. I feel targeted, Cliff.
Rosaline, and anyone else can jump in as well. Do you remember what went on when last we met?
Oh.
That doesn't sound good.
Fagua and Lily met in the library, right? And they had a conversation about if they should help Auntie Hinote.
And they had a conversation with Jimmy.
And then they're flip-flopping back and forth, and then Jimmy came in and kind of restored some hope in them, and they felt more comfortable to help. So they wanted everyone to meet up. In the meantime, Rosaline was in her apartment and Auntie Hinota came by, and she knows that Rosaline's haunted by some spirits, and is willing to help, or she wants Rosaline to find more of her kind to help. And very taken aback by that, because Rosaline just thinks she's cursed, and she didn't know that there's other people like that that can do the same powers that she has. So eventually we all kind of met up, and Hunter had a proposal of trying to get the kind of upper hand on them, because he's worried that we're just taking what we're given. And Rosaline is like, I just want to help because she gave me such an offer I can't refuse. So that's where we're at. Oh yeah, we're in the, what's it called? The Freehold. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We actually
Okay.
we all had little visitations. Hitoshi visited Hunter,
Mhm.
and they had
Oh,
a
sorry.
conversation. And I was terrorized by a tiny demon thing that
Terrorized.
has hired
A
me
12-year-old.
12-year-olds are scary. who
I think
has
he's scared up from the hair because of the
Yeah.
conversation we had.
but he has hired me to make him fireworks. I am taking this kid's allowance to make him fireworks. This cannot possibly go wrong.
No, I see nothing wrong with that bargain.
That definitely works. Okay, so did you? I'm assuming correctly to think that you wrapped up your discussion at the Freehold and all made your merry ways home Thursday evening. Okay. Now, how many people are still shy a little bit of glamour?
That's me.
Just the one? Okay. If you could be so kind as to roll me your perception plus kenning with the difficulty, so 8s and above.
Okay. Two successes.
That's enough to get you back another point of glamour.
Hooray.
So during the weekend, you were successful in musing in some way, shape, or form in order to reap a little bit of glamour. Fantastic. Okay. Right. 1 second here. There we go. All right. So I'm tossing things in because the week starts. We could pick up any time during the week, but Monday's always fun to start things. After we do a little bit of Monday, we can fast forward to wherever in the week that the month wants to pick things up. But Monday, Hunter will be sleeping because it's the morning. Fagua and Vladimir will be off to the hospital in order to fulfill their obligations. Rosaline will probably be sleeping in a little bit. Lily's going to get to work at the library. Lily, when you get to work at the library, on the desk, which is kind of your area, there are several envelopes and packages.
Uh-huh. Well, I suppose that I would, be 1, collecting said pile, and 2, taking a quick look at is it addressees or addressers? Where the mail's from.
Where the mail's from? As you're collecting it, to slip off somewhere private, I guess, to open it, William sticks his head out of the office. Something he does a lot lately, but he tends to stick it out and, like a turtle, sticks it out, looks around, sees you, and then just retreats back into his office. You haven't really been bothered by William in quite some time. But this time he sticks his head out and goes, Lily, you've got a home address, right?
Yeah,
So why is all your mail coming here?
because it's interlibrary loan.
Like
how it
from
sh-
lawyers and stuff?
What? What lawyers? Aren't all these packages books I requested? And like she's
Nope.
trying to look at what she's holding.
No, one of the envelopes is indeed the prop envelope that I put with your stuff, which
Yeah.
has an addressee on it. You also have another envelope, which I didn't have time to make up, that comes to you from Ripley's Aquarium of Canada. And there's a very fancy envelope, a square envelope, like, kind of stiff, feels like it might be a card of some sort.
Does that have anything on the outside, or is it just a fancy envelope?
It's just a fancy envelope. Well, with your name and address, courtesy of the library.
Ah. Cool brain. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know about these. The rest, like I said, is interlibrary loan. I was actually just gonna go look at whatever this is because I wasn't expecting some of these.
Oh, okay,
It
but
just
you know,
arrived.
yeah. If you could, like,
I
if
don't
it's
tell
not
people
library
this.
business, then it shouldn't be done on library business time.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Does that mean there was something else you'd like me to do? Because I already dealt with that full cart of books that was like blocking the aisle.
No, I wouldn't. I would never bother our superstar. It's good. Thank you. And he goes back into his office.
Okay. Good talk, Walter. And yeah, I think she's gonna quick nip to that that same kind of study room
Mm-hmm.
and just what are these envelopes?
Okay. The letter from Ripley's Aquarium is pretty much just a nice official letterhead, simple little letter that says, with respect to the property which we discussed at our last meeting, we would appreciate an update as soon as possible. Signed, Dr. Mark Davidson.
What property?
Octopus.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like real estate or something. Okay, so that's to do with Rose. Oh, that's the stone we haven't found. Okay. And I think just probably on some random scratch pad, she's gonna make some notes of like, update on the what was that called? Storyteller.
Key of St. Agatha.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
And update. And well, I would recognize the one from the solicitors, or at least the name, from the office of Angus Byrne, Shaver, and Peabody. And got a little couple of oh, okay. It is a group of
Okay, you can share that with the rest of the motley when you're in touch with the rest of them.
yes, I see. Cool. Well, that will come in handy. And I'm gonna quick shove that back in the envelope. And what's the fancy one?
The fancy card, when you open it up and you slice it open, part of the envelope, there's this little wee sound and a little puff of glitter comes in.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's glitter in the library.
Okay.
And there's a very fancy card that says Bluebirds, the honor of the the attendance of the Bluebirds would be an honor at the upcoming court on Sunday, daily, Sunday coming up at the end of the week, blah, 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 at the Royal Ontario Museum.
For the coming Sunday. At the
Which would put it at Sunday, May, actually, hang on, June
no,
5th.
no, I need the Royal Ontario
Museum. Yep,
Museum. There we go.
Yep. June 5th.
Okay. June 5th. Okay, well, that's a thing. And quick going through the rest of the packages. Are there other things or are these it?
Nope, that's it. The rest of it are indeed interlibrary loan books that you have requested.
Okay.
Many older books on Japanese etiquette, on mythology of the Far East, and that sort of stuff. And as you're going through that stuff, your phone rings.
Okay, answer that.
It's like, hello?
Hello, this is Lily. Who is this?
Oh, hey, it's a Saze. So you dropped a note. What's up?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I got so busy. I forgot what I even wrote you. Well, I actually had a question for you because if you remember, one of the group, the Bluebirds that I spent time with, she had something done to her memory, and she didn't know who she was or where she came from. We've since put together some of the puzzle pieces, so it's less a question of, you know, who is she or what is she or any of that, but more who did it. And one of my sources has said that it may have been a vampire sort.
Oh, shh.
Might have done such a thing.
Yeah, you never know who's listening in. Okay, so yeah, not on the phone.
So I shouldn't say blah blah blah.
No, I don't know that any of them say blah blah blah.
Okay.
There might be
Cool.
one. I'd have to check.
Okay. So yeah, we just kind of wanted to pick your brain on that sort of topic.
Yeah. What's your week looking like?
Well, so far I'd say my Thursday evening is busy, and as is my Sunday. Other than that, I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you know where to find me on Toronto Island during the day.
Oh, you
working-
mean the restaurant?
The restaurant, yeah. I'm working Wednesday to Saturday this week.
Okay.
So any of those days you can come and check it out. Wasn't going to go to the dance cave tonight. Really kind of busy with a few things. Got a few balls in the air.
Yeah,
But yeah, you know, if you can sort something out, you know, give me a shout or a text at this number, and we'll link up if the island isn't working for you guys.
Okay. Oh, one just a heads up so you're not surprised. Um, pretty much except me, our Motley has had an entire change of face.
Motley,
So
that's what you call your group?
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's just it'll be new
So you're
people.
just hanging with a different gang.
Yeah, I mean it's the same name. Now for some reason people ask me for advice. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the ones that stick around that get to tell people what's what. But yeah, you deal.
Yeah, I just, so if like we show up, you're not like, who are these? You know.
Okay. Yeah, no, good. Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
So whenever works for you.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'll just yeah, as you said, I will talk with my group and we will meet up as soon as convenient.
Okay. I'll see you when I see you. And the line goes down.
Okay, cool. Wow. Now, was that like beginning of my shift at the library or towards the end?
Beginning.
Okay.
Bright
So
and early, Monday morning.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna take these envelopes and quick tuck them in I'm assuming I have a locker at the library and then go about the rest of whatever I'm supposed to do.
Okay. Now, are you getting in touch with the rest of the mob?
Uh, yeah, just kind of in the group text say that, hey, got some news we probably could use to discuss. What's convenient for people. And send that.
Fog answers like when and where.
Yeah, just respond that, yeah, that's what I was trying to, find out is because I still don't quite know people's schedules. So, I mean, I'm at the library right now.
I don't have a schedule. Just let me know.
Thumbs up.
My pillow is
Volodymyr
pretty
does not-
comfortable right now, but I'll let you know in a few hours. Bump.
Volodymyr does not respond because he's elbow deep in some machinery at the moment at the hospital, probably fixing some. Oh, fixing. He's fixing something. Some parts
Rosaline's
might go
like-
missing, but he's fixing.
Rosaline's like, I need to make a return. I'll see you there.
Okay.
There. I'll go to the library, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay, so Rosaline's off to the library. The library that you would be going to for those who want to hunt it up in Toronto is which second?
Well, I remember it has statues outside,
Yes.
but I forget what they are of.
It is on. Come on, give me the address. It is on College Street. It's a big old building on College Street in Toronto. It's the Merrill Collection of Science Fiction, Speculation, and Fantasy, which has been in Toronto for ages and ages and ages. It's one of those buildings that has got a pair of lions on each side of the arched door before you go in. So it's got not only the look and feel, it's got the gravitas of a proper library.
Rosaline will come carrying a book, and it's a big, kind of like fairy tale looking book, the folklore of Ireland. And she'll be like, can you waive the overdue fee, please?
How long is it overdue? Storyteller.
I would have no idea. When did Rosaline
Or
withdraw the
Rosaline.
book?
I don't know.
Like, is it like a day or two, or have you had it for a month?
Doesn't matter.
5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you hand it
By
to the
that
storyteller,
point-
I'm going to make it years.
By that point, you could just like buy the book. But anyways, actually, by that point, the library will have already forgotten they owned it.
Set the library police after you.
Excellent.
You're overdue.
She'll just kind of stuff it back in her bag.
Like, yeah, no, if you've had I mean, yeah, probably there would still be a record, but like they wouldn't, they would just have counted it as a loss.
Did you know my parents owned a bookstore?
No, I didn't. That's pretty cool though.
It's one of my favorite books from there.
Ah,
Probably why I kept it over too long.
eh. I mean, that happens. I mean, I once had a book overdue because I put it in a drawer and forgot, so for like a while. Then I found it later. I'm like, oh wait, this is a library book. Oops.
Did you need me for something?
Oh yeah. I got weirdly I received some mail here instead of my apartment, which is kind of strange. But it all is like information that you / our group all needs to know. So, and I'm gonna assume that because you were gonna either return or pay a fee, that we'd be at the desk. So I'll just be like, yeah, so let's kind of go talk over here and go to that sort of study room space again. And oh, actually, no, I'm gonna pit stop my locker briefly and then that study room. But because I got oh fudge. Is it Count Angus?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I got this envelope from a Count Angus, and it's basically our the whatever paperwork and IDs that we'll need to get into the studio about that production that we were supposed to get stopped or changed or whatever. And so actually this bit is for you. And
I have no idea what you're talking
oh gosh,
about.
you're right. You weren't here when we discussed that. I am so sorry. Let me start over. Yeah, because actually even before you came to be part of our motley, myself and 4 completely different others had taken on a task from the Baron to stop the production of a show that was just going to cause a lot of banality once it airs or is released to the public. We went there with like full intentions of doing exactly that, of stopping it just like the Baron asked us, and then other things happened. We got diverted and sent through a place called the back rooms and nearly got eaten a few times. It was scary. But point is that we got out of that, we got back, and then we still hadn't finished the task. So it's still, even though they are gone and now all of you, you plus the other 3 are here instead, it's still a thing we need to complete. And so and actually the last time that we went to court, which you were not there for yet, but the Baron had to go away to deal with some other thing, and now it's a Count Angus who is kind of running court and thus us kind of in charge. And a thing he had said that he would do is basically get us whatever we needed so that we would have, legitimate reasons for being on this filming studio lot. And so we could accomplish said task of tanking a show or film. I don't remember which it is.
Oh.
But yeah, so there was one for each of us, and this portion is yours.
She'll take the letter. So I'm supposed to ruin this part of the show.
Yeah, it's an ID package. And your position will be as a 4th PA, which the player does not remember what that stands for. The personal assistant?
Production assistant.
Production assistant. 4th production assistant. And so that would, include the appropriate, badge and whatever paperwork may or may not be attached to it.
I completely look like a PA assistant.
Well, my understanding is that they're just kind of a fetch and go carry type person, and well, you help out at the hospital, don't you?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
then you
I'm
can get
watching.
people coffee. That's the same. How is that different?
Reluctantly brought on in the hospital.
Mm.
Anyways, is there anything I can help you with right now, since I'm here?
Well, actually, because one of the other things that came in, since I just talked about court, is an invitation to the next one on Sunday. So, I mean, if you're available, that'd be cool. That would actually be an opportunity to try and meet others like yourself.
I must go then.
Okay. I think because since you haven't been, that it's very kind of manners and politeness to the forefront. And to basically be careful of what you say and what you accept or what you offer. Because it can even be as simple as someone asking you, may I have a moment of your time? And if you say yes, sure, thinking that they just want your attention to ask you another question, rather they mean a literal moment of your time. Or even just asking, may I have your name, and literally taking your name, should you agree. So you don't particularly strike me as a reckless sort of person. I don't think that I really need to, go over this a lot, but it's just a thing to be aware of while you are there, because us changeling fey types are terribly literal sort of people, especially at court.
I'll try not to be a burden.
Well, no burden. I mean, I had to do this same talk with everybody else, and I had to have this talk made to me before I went to court. It's just a simple little, thing to be aware of, because it, you haven't had a lot of exposure to, well, other changelings or to court or any of this, so you need a heads up. It's all. No big.
She'll take her pass. You'll notice she's not wearing her gloves today. Her hands are a little bit mangled.
Oh.
Slip it into my coat. And that's it. That's all. Is there any envelopes that seem strange or alarming?
Well, I mean, the invitation to court came in kind of blank. I mean, I did get a third one requesting an update on another task that we're working on with the ferrets. What is that stone called?
Key of St. Agatha?
Key of St. Agatha, yes. Okay.
Sorry, I can't help you with much of
No, that's just you asked what else is up. I don't know if it's too invasive if I ask about your hands or not. If it is, you can tell me to let it alone. I'm just curious.
my hands, yeah. I guess I got excited and I didn't bring my gloves.
But
they need time to breathe sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should, if you're hurt or something, you need to let air get to it sometimes. But what happened?
She'll just kind of freeze up. Car accident. Okay, I'll see you later. And she'll go.
And just as you turn to leave, Lily's phone goes off again.
Blah. Okay. Bye, Rosaline. And try to answer the phone.
Hey, Lily, Jimmy.
Oh, hi, Jimmy. What's up?
Yeah, so we were just wondering, what are we arranging the, you guys meeting and taking over, doing certain things?
Yeah, I
This
think
week could be really, really good.
this week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll have to talk with the rest of them as to which, was there a day you were thinking of?
Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, any evening this week.
Any, um, any evening this week. Sorry, just taking some notes real quick, Jimmy.
That's okay. No issues. No worries.
Yeah, yeah, because well, you called me and I'm at work actually.
Oh,
So
sorry.
no, it's cool. I'll have to like quick ask, check in with the rest, and find out what,
Yeah.
what they're.
Yeah, I know Mr. Cho's in town this week, so
Okay.
this would be a good time to talk.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what, because I had actually done, texted the group earlier about some other stuff, and we were already talking about getting together to discuss things. So, I'll probably know before the end of today.
Okay, excellent. I'll give you a call back tomorrow, or you call me.
Yeah, no, I'll call. Well, I'll call you or I'll text you and just be like, yeah, this time or something.
Okay, that sounds good.
All
Ciao.
right. Yeah. Okay. Bye. And hang up and just be kind of like they're not physically turned around, but feeling that, having that, like, what, there's too many, juggling too many things. I don't like it.
The burden of being the boss.
I guess, yeah. So, again, quick pit stop back at the locker to drop off whatever, and then try to get back to my regularly scheduled day while I wait to hear from people in the group chat. Group text, I mean.
Okay, we can fast forward through the day so that people are up doing things, taking the pause from work, whatever, so that we're not just kind of staring at the camera, waiting for somebody to do something.
We can meet. Fagwa's gonna like tell them that we should meet at a cafe that she likes. Just so we don't appropriate of ourselves of Hunter's house. And see if everyone can make it after work there.
Sounds good. Day is long. Tea would help.
Mhm. Sounds good to me once I wake up. A little cafe.
Yeah, she's gonna pick somewhere where there's Colombian coffee. So she probably walked like through 20 cafes until she found a place.
Yeah, Rosaline will meet you.
So, what's up? How's everyone doing?
A lot.
Mm.
A lot, like in
A
normal,
lot.
a lot? Or
Well,
like,
goodness knows. I got some mail that arrived at the library for me, that I wasn't expecting. One of which is a envelope thing from Count Angus, and it has our ID packages and papers and whatever to get into the Pinewood Studios to deal with that Perry Hodgkins thing. I- we have talked about this, right?
Yep.
Okay. No, I'm just checking because because this showed up. I also got a formal invitation to court that is coming up this Sunday. Which is fine. I also got a third envelope that is from the aquarium, where basically they want an update on the Key of St. Agatha and all that. And I got a phone call from Jimmy, who wants to know if we're gonna do the take up Auntie Hinode's promise or bargain or whatever it is this week, because the person we need to meet is in town this week.
You should have some tea.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And she's just gonna like leave her stuff except for her wallet on the table that we have picked out and just go get tea.
Bye.
It's like, I'll be back, but just I'm putting it down for a minute.
This is
Just-
kind of
Just because for those who are watching who might know Toronto, the place that you would have picked, which is a fantastic alternative kind of coffee house slash bit of a restaurant, would be Java House on Queen Street West, which is where a lot of the artistic community exhibit. And they do amazing coffees, like a ton.
It sounds like Fagua's place.
Yes, and teas.
not a sponsor. It could
Not
be.
a sponsor, but could be.
Yeah.
We're keeping it open.
If any of you people go down and check out Java House, let them know about our recording.
Boom.
Well, I think Bart's and Bruce has Colombian coffee sometimes, so.
Excellent.
it's an
And the
option.
nice thing about Java House, especially for this time of year, is they've got a fantastic patio setup that's not too crowded, so that you could get a table that's off to one side that you're not going to worry about people wondering what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, we can't be having that.
No, we can't.
And we are such a group, like from the hipster backpacker to the former cop, the entire 360 of different profiles of people.
Yep. And actually, Lily will have walked partway away from the table, remembered something, and come back. Just before I forget, Osaze contacted me and said he is open to discussing stuff with us.
Okay, so
And we don't have to meet him at the nightclub. I forgot he worked at a restaurant, like on an island out in the lake. So that's also a thing.
You really need
Now
that
I'm
tea.
gonna go get
Yeah.
now I'm gonna go get tea. I just and like she's
That
just
little
sort of
thing.
like sputtering and muttering
Yeah.
as she's walking away.
So this was the thing I was talking about the other day. Us falling into too many bear traps, and we need to start crawling out of these before we just keep sinking in. 'Cause that's a lot of stuff.
So we have the stone with Azazi, and the aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
We have the the Count with the TV show.
Yes.
And we have Auntie Hanode and Jimmy with the favor to solve the raccoon problem.
Yes.
Okay. Ozazi, okay. And so the thing we have at hand is to resolve Auntie Hanode's and Jimmy's thing.
I think that sounds like the most imminent thing to
Yeah,
get taken care of first.
It's just one conversation, and we're like 2 conversations, and we're kind of done.
Hopefully. So
Yeah. For the TV show, we have the paperwork now to get there. And for the stone, we still have to find a lot of information about who might have it.
Yeah.
So that's the longest one.
Just from the way it was described when right before we went to the club and the questions we had about, the I would say the group as a whole isn't ready enough to tackle that automatically. So I would say, if anything, put that third or even second if it has to become a priority. I think we should handle Jimmy's call and make that decision first, get that out of the way. Like you said, hopefully that's only going to be a conversation or two, and maybe we can gain some things in our favor. The other two things we can toss up in the air and discuss as a group, but I think we might want to try to tackle it's kind of 50-50 now that I think about it. Because the aquarium, even though it doesn't seem as imminent, I can see how that can get pushed in court.
But I think, well, I don't know if anyone else
I don't know now.
has another opinion, but for the stone thing, which is the vampire thing, which is the aquarium thing, we have zero information. Like, we have to kind of find out more about that. Maybe Osazie knows something, but I don't think he's gonna tell us this is the guy that has your rock.
You never know.
That would be too easy. I don't know. I don't think that's what's gonna happen, because he might like if that had been public knowledge, probably someone in court would have learned that information before us. You know what I mean?
Or they
For
could have that
human
information.
knows,
They might be withholding it.
that too. But then I don't think he's like, if he's withholding it, I don't think he's gonna just give us the information. So still, it makes it kind of like the longest time wise. So to figure out.
You think taking out a television show is going to be any quicker? Or movie or
Yeah.
pay for TV movie or documentary, whatever it is.
You just put enough laxatives into enough coffees, and that solves like at least 30% of our problems.
I like the direction you're going in. I've done plenty of pranks like that in Academy. However, I don't think it's going to be that simple, unfortunately.
No, but that's like 30% of our problems. Like we can do more, but that's a lot. Like if no one can record, there's no movie and there's no TV show.
Remind me not to piss you off, especially when I'm having coffee, as he stares at his coffee.
Yeah. I don't do that to people I like.
I don't know. Do you guys think it's been long enough to go get tea? It's probably been long enough.
Yeah, I
Depends how
think so.
complicated your tea order is.
Yeah, no, it's probably just like mint because it's just frustrated with life. So come back. Have a rather large mug in hand.
We're talking about laxatives brands.
You're talking about laxatives. Let's get that straight. I didn't
I'm
bring
like-
it up.
I'm like, I don't know which brands work here. I need some extra information to get them.
Lily, I think you need to take a breath. I think you need
I
to.
don't think I'm going to answer this question. I feel like it will get me in more trouble than I want to be in.
This is for ruining the TV show thing.
Yeah.
But we gotta be prepared.
Uh, what?
Rosaline will speak up. I'm anxious to help Auntie Hinode. Can we start with that?
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the first thing.
Probably a good idea. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, because court is on Sunday, so we can't move that. That's not to our schedules. We can't just move that around.
Text and see when we can meet. If we're all free tonight, let's go.
Yeah, well, because I mean, Jimmy just said to let him know any evening this week. I could just text him now or call him now.
Yes.
If we good? Yes.
We need to start getting some stuff done, or else a pile of shenanigans is just gonna keep getting larger, and you're gonna overdose on tea. So
Tea and angst.
tea and
Yeah.
angst. Hashtag.
Yeah.
T-shirt,
Okay.
please.
Put that on a t-shirt. We need a
Yeah, yeah,
teacup
yeah.
on a little tea platter with
Yeah,
some
yeah.
biscuits.
I
Tea
mean-
and angst.
A very beautiful writing.
Nice tie dye.
Very calligraphic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Lily's gonna quick call up Jimmy.
Okay. And you get yeah, hello, you got him.
Yeah, hey Jimmy, it's Lily.
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
that was quick.
Yeah, you said to get back to you, and we were the group and I are just out having some tea and coffee, and I mean, yeah, we're pretty set on doing this thing. We could do tomorrow night or even tonight this evening, depending.
Tomorrow night would be a lot better, actually.
Okay, yeah, we can do tomorrow night.
Okay.
You got a time and place for us to be at?
Yeah, 11 o'clock p.m.
Yep.
Elizabeth and Hagerman, right behind City Hall.
There's, and sorry, could you? Well, Hagerman.
Yeah.
Hagerman. Right. City Hall. Okay. That sounds like a plan to me. Do we need to bring anything?
No. Like what?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, so just be there, and I'm assuming we'll be looking for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, we'll see you then.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. See you
Awesome.
tomorrow night. Okay,
Yep.
bye.
Yep, bye. So yeah, have hung up and just yeah, Jimmy can't do this evening, but he says tomorrow night would be good.
Oh, good. I delay a stay of execution.
I don't think we're gonna get into that kind of trouble this time. Anyway, it's 11 p.m. at Elizabeth and Hagerman right by City Hall, and we're meeting up with Jimmy first. So there's that sorted for now.
That sounds well. Sounds like easy.
Yeah, and I mean, I asked them, do we need to bring anything? Because I don't know what the protocols are or whatever, and he said, no, don't worry about it. So that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, today is- so that leaves Tuesday being tomorrow and 11 p.m. Wednesday is open. Thursday is open, except we tend to meet at the Freehold at 7. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening. Actually, did it say what time?
Oh, the invitation?
Yeah,
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Okay. And Sunday court, 8 p.m. So that leaves everything else. I do have that if we wanted to like meet up and talk with Osaze, he's at his day job Wednesday through Saturday.
And the meeting is Tuesday with Jimmy.
Yeah, at 11 p.m.
Okay.
at night. So
I think we can see if we get if how fast can we resolve this, and then try to meet Osaze before court.
yeah,
And then court also.
I'm just trying to figure out if I'm missing anything.
I think those are the only plates in our hands right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, because and actually did I just talk about the ID packages or did I actually hand them out?
You mentioned getting them. You have not handed them out yet,
Oh,
except to
okay.
Rosaline.
Yeah, okay. So then I will pull that out and hand out these ID packages to whoever, to everyone else.
Want to tell them what they got, Bob?
Yes. Let's see. So Fagua, you and I both got writer's room contracts.
Okay.
So yeah, that would mean that we pretty much know what the story is from the beginning. And it's for the. Now this is interesting because this says Revival Studios and this other thing says Pinewood.
You would remember from being there before, a lot of you were working at Pinewood, but oh, your picked seat,
Oh,
Lara
Lara,
Applewood,
yes.
was working over at Revival. And you went back and forth between the two studios. It's being taken care of on both studios.
Oh, okay. Now, are they physically next to each other or something?
Very close.
Okay.
You were using segues to get back and forth.
Alrighty. Okay. So yeah, Fagua, that's for you and I, that'll be, I mean, it'll be the Perry Hodgkins project, but it'll be on the Revival Studios lot.
Okay.
So that's what I've got for you. Hunter, you got an ID package and key card for TorCap security.
I feel quite typecasted as he picks it up and he examines everything.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and you'll actually have access to both studios, Pinewood and Revival.
How far away are they from each other? Storyteller.
There's about a block or three distance.
Okay.
It's 8 minutes by Segway, really.
It's not like across town.
No, no.
I might have come up with an idea to scare them away.
That does.
It always works for me. Just convince them it's haunted.
Interesting.
We might not even have to go down that route. And he just turns and he looks at Volodymyr. This actually looks like it fits him perfectly.
Because the last ID package is for Volodymyr for the Perry Hodgkins props department on the Pinewood Studios lot.
You want I make things happen in props?
Run with it. Let your heart's desire explode with inspiration, my little friend. Have fun.
I hear haunted animatronics is kind of scary.
Volodymyr just very slowly, kind of a Cheshire cat smile, just starts spreading across his face. It's probably the both the creepiest and the happiest he's ever actually looked.
Release the Kraken. Have at it.
Release the Kraken.
Oh gosh.
Operation Release the Kraken. I like it.
I just rewatched Life of Brian. I can't get that out of my head.
Laramie is slightly jealous because I just watch too much of the guy who used to be on Mythbusters and his studio, and that's what I'm imagining of like what it looks like. And I'm like, oh, all the cool stuff in there. I want to play with it.
100%.
I don't know why I can never remember names, but anyways, wee detours. So yeah, that's you in the props department. Hunter, you're gonna be able to pretty much key card into anywhere because you're gonna be security. And Rosaline, her package is for to be a personal assistant, which is pretty much a kind of fetch and go carry type of person, which I did that. That was kind of what my position was when we first attempted to sabotage this. And nobody noticed when I was there or when I wasn't there. It was, yeah, you can pretty much go and do whatever you need to.
I have quite the presence if needed.
Yes. But it's also sometimes, you know, if you're like, oh, wait, I need to go into this place that other people don't want me to be in, you can just kind of disappear and no one, it's not a issue. Don't actually disappear. From us, anyway. We like you.
I can actually do that. Fun. Anyways.
But yeah, so that's what these are. So that leaves you know, starting to work on this, picking a time that we want to go talk to Osaze about the Key of St. Agatha and anything related. And well, we already decided we're gonna go meet Jimmy and this other person tomorrow evening, and then Sunday's court.
I'm not gonna lie, when you first started stacking on the piles from everything you received today at work, it seemed a little bit daunting. But after the conversation, I'm feeling like at least 30% better about it.
Well, I mean, it still ends up being daunting just because each of these tasks have, you know, a certain level of danger, uncertainty, and confusion attached to each one. So
At least we kind of have a game plan. I like
Yeah.
contingency. I like having a game plan.
yes, plans are good, which is why we're here,
And coffee and tea.
and tea, drinks.
Yeah, coffee.
Oh,
Oh,
you might want to do decaf. We need you at your prime. Your task.
Prime. Yeah.
Yes, on point.
oh boy.
Volodymyr just starts quietly under his breath rattling off prime numbers in a increasing sequence, which I'm not going to do because I am bad at math.
1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Yeah, I can't go beyond a certain point, so it's just
So if we are set, so we're gonna be split in the studio thing.
Oh, well, you mean, yeah, kind of different areas, but I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have to stay split.
Yeah, but like at least like when we arrive, we have to probably arrive to the right places.
Yeah, yeah, we have to make it look like, we're just showing up for
Work.
innocuous things.
Average
Okay.
And
schmoes.
yeah, and oh boy. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this smooth with my day job yet again.
We're gonna have to fix your car.
Have I even learned how to drive it yet?
good fix.
Oh, okay.
You've been doing lessons, so you're at the point where within a week you'll be able to go for your starter license, basically. your T2.
Okay. Okay.
Because I doubt
So
everybody showing up in my gypsy cab suburban is that's not gonna be too inconspicuous, so
what? People
we're
commute
probably
together.
gonna have to, scatter a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, storyteller, would I be correct in assuming that the bus goes by there?
Yes, it is
Yeah, so
easily
like,
accessible by TTC.
yeah, so there's public transit. Like I don't gotta be worrying about that so much.
You don't. Absolutely not. You are correct.
However, the rest of you guys want to work that out. If we need to, because you're the only one with the car. So if anybody does need to ride
I don't
with you,
mind
you
taking
should
people. I'm
discuss.
just saying, if you want to keep up that ruse, it would probably be smart to split up a little bit, instead of all of us coming out of the clown car. So
I have my electric scooter. I can arrive most places with it. I don't know if Rosaline, do you want them? Do you want Hunter to pick you up, or ooh, you can arrive with Volodymyr since he is gonna have it to take good care of your car.
When are we going? Today?
That's a good question.
No. Does the paperwork have any date, like,
A starting
you
date.
know, like starting date? Okay. Um. Well, I think we have to finish the raccoon thing first, and
That sounds like a
then
smart idea.
depending on how long it takes, we decide.
Yeah.
Because we have the meeting tomorrow, but the favor can take we don't know how long.
Yeah.
Means of transportation is kind of the last thing on my mind right now, especially for something so far away.
Mm.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. And she'll get up and leave.
Oh, bye.
Good night.
Volodimir's gonna get another coffee.
Yes.
Oh, decaf.
Coffee chaos.
I'm gonna assume that, but pretty soon you're just gonna be vibrating in your seat.
He's already starting to vibrate.
Mm.
He might be facing in and out of time with reality every now and then.
Hmm.
I was like, I've been drinking coffee for so long that I don't get the caffeine anymore. So it's really interesting to see people that does get it.
Hmm. Well, actually, one of our past group used to be really, really on the coffee kick kind of too. So it's just, I get to watch it in a different person now. So, I think I'll stick with tea though.
Yeah, if I knew someone that if they took like a coffee after 5 p.m., they couldn't sleep. I don't know. I don't think Volodymyr is gonna sleep tonight.
Sleep?
Which is gonna be
Probably
fun
not.
with our meeting tomorrow.
Hmm.
What is sleep? I have things
Oh
to
boy.
build.
Oh boy.
You do. You do.
I think Lily's gonna try and do the hand over the top of his cup just to see what happens, like real slow. Ah!
Bye.
Down, boy.
Okay. Is there anything else the Motley wants to go over, or did you want to fast forward to Tuesday night?
I think we should fast forward before we get thrown out of the coffee house because of a certain individual who's overdosing on caffeine. So I think that's a very smart idea, storytelling.
I don't
I
know.
like the way you think.
Java is pretty tolerant of a whole lot. The things that I have got, I've seen or heard about there.
Yeah. Honestly, Volodymyr is probably not the worst thing, the worst
No.
behaved patron they've had.
No, and even when he smiled, no one seemed to, freak out. Okay, so Tuesday, standard day, work for those that work, other things for those that do other things. We're going to meet at 11 p.m. behind City Hall. Give me a second. I grab my map really quickly.
If anybody need to get picked up, I would obviously pick them up. Otherwise, they can, do that stealth hustle.
City Hall. There it is. All right. Now, how are people getting there?
Where's that in relation to the library? Like, are they
It's
close? Are they close or far?
Well, 11 o'clock at night, first of all, you're going to have time to go home.
Oh, yeah, duh.
It's transit distance. You could stroll it from the library, but it's a good, healthy stroll from the library. It's probably a dozen blocks or so.
No, I'll just because I'm not even sure how late certain transit runs, so I might just ask.
Toronto Transit runs 24/7.
Oh,
The
24/7.
subways tend to close down around 2 o'clock in the morning and open at 6. And for that little 4-hour stretch, there is a very comprehensive all-night, what's called the Blue Mine bus system.
Huh.
And
Wow.
some streetcars run as well, but it's primarily buses, also called Vomit Comets, and a variety of other interesting names,
Vomit
depending on the night of the
Comet.
week. Yes,
Because it's
Mm.
carrying all the
especially
drunk
especially
people
at the
from
end of
clubs
club
and
nights on
bars.
Fridays and Saturdays at 3
That's
or
another
4 o'clock
t-shirt
in the morning.
idea.
Oh God.
Vomit Comet.
Oh please no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to work on that one.
No.
I'll skip that idea.
No.
I'll skip that idea.
Rosaline's gonna be taking the vomit comet.
Boom. I pictured that.
11 o'clock is early enough that you're not worrying
But
about
it's not yet.
the packs. Most of the club goers have already started out for the night, though you'd be running, well, Tuesday night, not so much. And the clubs have not let out well enough yet. So,
Well, I guess rather
yeah.
the question would be, would Lily be on the way or out of the way for Hunter to pick up?
I'd be out.
Kind of on the
so,
way.
yeah.
Kind of on the way.
Kind of on the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of on the way. Vladimir and Rosaline would be out of the way because they are to the east. Fargo would kind of be on the way as well. It's just not a direct line. It's kind of more of a wiggle because you'd have to hop west and stuff, but still doable.
If I was gonna take the bus, and if it leaves her far, like further away, she's just gonna take her scooter.
Oh, no, generally the bus will always get you within about 2 blocks of anywhere in Toronto. 3 blocks when you get to the burbs.
And yeah, and she always carries her scooter with her.
Okay. The back of City Hall. City Hall is this. You've seen it in Star Trek episodes, multiple Star Trek episodes, actually. Toronto City Hall is infamous for having these 2 large, multi-story curved buildings with a small gap in between, and the saucer in the middle that stands about 3-4 stories tall. There's a large open area in front of it with a fountain that becomes a rink in the winter. They hold concerts there. There are protests there. There are all sorts of things. There's an interesting kind of walk area that you go up a story and you can walk around the City Hall and around the plaza. At 11 o'clock at night, it's a pretty quiet area. It's behind City Hall. It's an older area. You can tell the buildings have been there for quite some time. There are a lot of older trees. There's a couple of, they call them parks, but parkettes. Little bits of green space interspersed with small chunks of parking lot. A really weird mix of asphalt and foliage. And directly behind, right at the corner of Elizabeth and Hagerman, which is almost directly behind City Hall, there's a line of trees, and leaning against a white concrete brick building is Jimmy.
Well, Lily's going to wave and say, "Oh, hi, Jimmy."
And Jimmy straightens up as he sees the pack of you approach and goes, "Oh, excellent." And he checks his wrist, looks at his watch, and goes, "Yeah, on time. This is cool." Okay, I'm taking you the first step of the way. I'm going to hand you off to. They're nice guys. They just don't talk a lot. And he walks along the side of the building, and kind of almost to the corner where there's parking for the building. There is a door, almost looks like a security door, not quite though. It's a film company. There's a little kind of plaque beside it, a little white plaque, black lettering. It says the Constanza Film Company. There's no window in the door. It's just a standard, really boring gray. It almost looks like an emergency exit, side door kind of thing. It's got a camera above it, one of those little black domes. And Jimmy kind of steps up and raps on it a couple of times. Steps back and he puts his hands in his pockets and he says, "So just, polite is the only thing I can suggest. This guy's old, so he's big on formality sometimes. Though he gets into these weird kicks, from what I hear. So, and not like I can speak as an authority." And the door opens, and two gentlemen step out. You can call them gentlemen. You could also call them walking structures. Both of them are about the same height as Hunter, and maybe even a little broader across the shoulders. Both are Japanese. Both are wearing fairly well fitted black suits, white shirt, black tie. All they need is black sunglasses to have that kind of American FBI look, men in black kind of appearance. Hunter, roll me a perception plus investigation if you'd be so kind. And you've been in the business, so 6 is enough.
Two.
2 will do it. Give me a second here. There you go. And they step out, and Jimmy goes, "Okay, so these are the people. These are the guys. They're going to take you to who you need to meet, and I'll hang out up here in case you've got any questions afterwards." And one of the two guys' head kind of swivels almost like a big gun on a battleship, and he just gives Jimmy a look. Swivels like a turret, and he gives Jimmy a look, and Jimmy goes, "Yeah, I'll be." And he's already kind of backing up, walking backwards towards the corner. Says, "Okay." And the first big guy just goes and steps inside.
You hear from Voldemir a very small squeaking sound, and he's going to just hide behind Hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah, Lily's gonna be doing that sort of like, oh man. Okay.
Hunter's gonna pull his phone out and he's gonna make like he's putting his phone on silent. He's actually going to text the group chat and send out an emoji of a pistol and then multiple sets of eyes. And then he's gonna slip his phone away.
You hear more squeaking.
Okay, so what order are you going in?
Well, I think I
Yes,
have
Lily,
something stuck to my ass, so I'm gonna try to put that to my side more.
Like, I guess Lily might go in first unless somebody else jumps ahead.
If I was gonna go like next to Lily because she kind of had a good experience the first time, she feels confident she can help.
Rosalie might go first if no one else does.
I would make sure to take up the rear just to be able to keep an eye on everyone this time.
So one of the big guys goes in first, and past the door, it doesn't go in very far. And there's a spiral staircase going down. It's not a long hallway. It's almost like 6 feet in and spiral staircase already. No other doors. No, it's almost looks like a maintenance closet. It's got a staircase. And the big guy goes down ahead.
Okay.
And you go down. You would guess you might be 2, 3 floors down, possibly a little more. It spirals. It goes around a few times. Not enough to
Hmm.
make you dizzy, but it does go around a few times.
Hmm.
And then it disgorges into a hallway that's got to be about 10 or 12 feet wide. It's wide enough for, and the second big guy comes at the end, but it's quite wide enough for people to walk 2 abreast. The floor is done in beautiful tiling, uh, with done in scarlet and gold colors. The walls are wallpapered with velvet patterned wallpaper, also in scarlets and golds. The lighting is all indirect, really, really just very soft lighting. It's this, you're stepping into an opulent space that does not belong 3 floors below the back of City Hall. And the hallway goes ahead about, 20, 30 feet, something like that, maybe a little more. And there are a set of beautifully carved wooden doors, closed, with a set of samurai armor on either side, again, in scarlets and golds. Um, might be actual armor, might be statues, you're not sure from where you are. And that looks like an excellent place to take a break. So we can stand up, shake it off a little bit, stretch, hydrate, dehydrate, rehydrate. Viewers, go and get some snacks. Snacks are important. We're coming up on the popcorn hour. So we will see you in about 7 minutes.
Paint your sky in phthalo blue and alizarin crimson, swirls of cadmium yellow, sienna and vermilion. Make it any way you want, 'cause it's your world in the end. Paint yourself a little tree and give it a little friend. Pick the colors that you like, held together on your brush. Paint your sky in phthalo blue and alizarin crimson, swirls of cadmium yellow, sienna and vermilion. Make it any way you want, 'cause it's your world in the end. Paint yourself a little tree and give it a little friend. Pick the colors that you like, held together on your brush. If you don't like it, you can try again, there is no rush. You don't need to justify, you got nothing to defend. Know that there is nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend.
Pause. Welcome back, viewers. Hopefully you're all rehydrated, dehydrated, something hydrated there, and snacks, and et cetera, et cetera. For those of you who are catching up with us in the second half, where were you in the first half? Life happens. Hopefully you were having fun and enjoying yourself or taking care of things. Business is always important. So the Motley have been discussing over coffee exactly what they've got on their plates, and they seem to have come together with an excellent plan and some organization after getting deluged, flooded with here are all your responsibilities, and everyone that they have made commitments to rattling their chains at the same time going, come on, where? So now we've got a where and a when. And meeting Jimmy at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night, not at all suspicious time or place, behind City Hall, and descending into the bowels underneath, and at least 2 or 3 stories down, beneath the streets of Toronto, they have stepped into a fairly opulent hallway escorted by 2 large Japanese gentlemen in well-fitted suits, black suits. So the first one in front of you just continues walking, opens up, pushes both doors open. They open inwards. There are 2. They look to be heavy doors. They are carved with a beautiful scene of what looks like cherry blossoms and some people picnicking, perhaps, seeming to have a kind of a pleasant afternoon. You can't quite tell. It's the carving is really old. It's somewhat faded. But it opens up, and as you are led forward, it opens up into a fairly large room. The ceiling goes up. It's lit by 2 very large chandeliers. It's probably about 20 feet across and 40 feet deep. It's a very sizable room, dominated in the middle by a large, gleamingly, lovingly polished hardwood table of some sort, dark hardwood, and with chairs, really nice plush chairs seated around it, 3 to each side and 1 at the head. And then there are archways behind that and to the left and right that are open. They are those kind of archways you'll see in movies and TV shows that they're open, but they have filigree mesh work done in wood in a decorative manner. Along the edges. There are vases, there is statuary, there is artwork. The place just reeks of money, but taste. It's not, it's just on the edge of gaudy. It could be, but it just isn't quite. It saves itself somehow. And the archways obviously go into hallways and rooms that go deeper. This is quite a complex that we have walked into. One corner of the room has a folding screen in front of it with a mountain scene. It's a white background with, it looks like a very sparse style of artwork. done in kind of just brush strokes of what looks like a mountain scene. And on the table there are flowers along the centerpiece, and that's it. Nothing else. No food or drinks or anything. And the gentleman leading you walks to the end of the table, turns around, and just looks at you. The one that's behind you walks around the other side of the table, walks up to the table, and stops and are just looking at you for a moment. And one of them lifts his hand to an ear and kind of tilts his head down and says something obviously in Japanese, you would think. And it's nothing that you can hear clearly, though you can definitely feel his voice every bit as much as hearing it. And he seems to listen to something, and his head comes back up, and let me get my notes.
Oh no.
And he says, Udoro Cho will be with you in a moment. You may sit if you want.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Now you said it's kind of 3 by 3 with one at each end.
Yes.
So
No. Oh, no. One at the far end. There's no chair at the foot.
Oh, okay. No chair at the foot. I think Lily would take the middle of the side closest to the way that they just came in.
Okay.
Seat and just sit down and wait.
Volodymyr is just kind of pulling on Hunter's arm and kind of panic whispering, "It's just like Novosibirsk. He's going to come in, he's going to break our knees."
As he's talking, Hunter's just going to pull out a chair and literally put him into the chair.
You know,
Pat's top said, "Shh." And then
death grip on the table.
he's gonna stand like off to behind Lily's right side.
I'll pick a chair that's closest to a wall.
Fagua is gonna be like, you can see that she's thinking if she should sit or not. So she's like kind of like grabbing the chair and kind of like moving around like closer, but she doesn't sit at the end. She's just like, should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I?
It's at that point that from the archway on the left, from when you came in, a gentleman glides in. And glide is a good word for it. He's not a large or imposing looking gentleman. He looks to be maybe about 5'4", 5'5". Kind of that indeterminate age. He might be in his 30s, he might be in his 60s, you can't really tell. He does come to closer to a 6 foot because he's wearing this towering headdress. He's in robes of like heavy robes with a lot of cloth of gold, silver embroidery, dripping gems. I mean, the robes have to weigh as much as the guy does underneath them. And he's got his hands tucked into these voluminous sleeves that are draped down far enough almost to reach the floor. He looks like something out of a documentary about vintage court of some period well before now. And like I said, he literally glides in. You cannot see, doesn't look like he's walking. He's floating along. And he glides into the room and goes, "Ah, friends, you are been sent by Notice Draco's people. Yes, yes. It is very good to meet you. It is a pleasure to see you all. I am very glad that she has finally seen the light and has decided to promptly speak with me through representatives, I would suppose I could call you. You will have to excuse me for a moment. I was just doing a thing, and allow me a moment to get comfortable." And he kind of glides behind the folding screen. And from behind the folding screen, he continues to talk. I mean, you can hear him quite clearly. You know, I am sure you have heard, I am Odoro Cho, and who do I have the pleasure and honor of speaking with?
Is the folding screen kind of like a Golden Child style? Like you can actually see his outline still, so we can see what is actually happening?
No.
Okay.
No, it is opaque enough that, yeah.
That would be too much horror for even Cliff to unleash on us.
Yeah, I don't need anyone throwing a red card right now. So.
I
I mean, it would probably just be me falling out of my chair, but it's not like that hasn't happened a dozen times already.
Just asking.
You're okay.
Bagua is gonna like sit like a child that just got caught up doing something wrong, kind of.
So,
Oh god.
so, yeah, Lily's pretty not sure what to do because he came in too quickly and then he has gone out of sight too quickly. So she's like she was kind of going to stand up from her chair and do like maybe bow or something, but the moment came and went. So she's kind of like in between and then sits back down. And it's like, well, my name is Lily, and the rest here, together with myself, we are a motley. And we came to speak with you.
And from behind the screen, you can hear, "Oh, Lily, every bit as beautiful as the flower, I am sure. It is a pleasure to meet you. And do your companions have names as well, or are they merely your motley?"
No, they have names. And is everybody kind of to my right and around the table, or is anybody to my left?
I think everyone's right and around.
Okay. So yes, this the taller one standing behind me, his name is Hunter. This shorter fellow friend is Volodymyr, and then is Fagua here, still going around the table, and then is Rosaline.
Pleasure to meet you.
Wonderful. It is actually an amazing pleasure and a privilege to meet you, friends. It is always good to make new friends. Friendship is such a passing thing, particularly for one as so long-lived as I. And he comes out from behind the screen, and now he is in a dark purple pinstripe suit. Pinstripes are a very thin kind of chalk gray pinstripe. Double-breasted, three-piece, you can see the vest underneath. A deep jade green shirt with a dark purple tie. He's kind of just tugging the cuffs, and he goes, "There we are. Now I am much more comfortable and more modern. So my apologies that I was not ready for this meeting at the moment.
Oh no, that's
determined."
That, um, I mean, even for us, this was still somewhat short notice.
Oh, and sometimes I can be quite a busy gentleman, but I do like to make time, particularly for new friends. And I have a feeling we are going to get along just wonderfully and become new friends here, even as you are here to wonderfully pay a debt on behalf of another member of the community, which I have to, I applaud. That is just so open-hearted and wonderful of you to take up that debt. Now, I imagine you are wondering what that debt entails.
We are wondering that, and we did, if it is suitable to the situation, which for certain that is hope that we can discuss. But we had an idea.
Oh, I am intrigued. Please do, well, first of all, allow me to educate you as to the amount of debt. It is not a large debt. It was a small thing that I did for Hinode Seiko. It's difficult to describe because your culture is so very different and your people are so very different. Though, what tells me that even among your people, you are different.
And Lily's just going to look around at the table and say, yes, that would be a fair assessment.
Wonderful. And he sits down in the chair at the head of the table. And he says, well, the debt, as I said, is not a large one. It involved the calming of some spirits, a few little things that the immortal sons are adept at, that the messengers are not so accomplished. So what is it that you are offering to repay this debt?
Well, because initially what we had been told is that, basically she had, Hinode-san had agreed to do a small favor for a small favor. And basically by our stepping in, we would take over her end of that and thus carrying out a small favor. We weren't told a lot more than this, so there is certain kind of, what we're not totally sure what this all means. But we also, because we noticed, just in even getting this far and being able to come and speak with you, that there seems to be a I don't know, a gap or a space that we could end up filling or taking position of, in the sense of bringing about more communication between our folk and your folk.
And you would think that would be a benefit to both your folk and our folk to have this go-between group?
Well, I mean, for one thing, communication means that there are less misunderstandings. For another, even though we are, as you've said, we are different from each other, but I have yet to see anything that would say that we shouldn't have a more, cordial kind of interactions.
That is a very interesting proposal. Now, besides Hinode Seiko, Who else among the messengers have we spoken with? Have they agreed to this? Have your people agreed to this?
Actually, now that the player is now, Crystal, the player is now thinking, wait, we didn't actually even bring this up with Jimmy. We just agreed we'd do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you're the first one that we are bringing this to. So it's as I was, attempting to say at the beginning, is that this is an idea. We're just discussing it. Like if you would rather just a simple favor for a favor, that is more than fair.
It is an interesting idea. I personally do not interact very much with the messengers or anyone outside of my own direct business dealings, but I could see a potential value. I do not know if it would be particularly and directly valuable to me. It might be. It would possibly change things. It would redirect the fates. That would be very interesting. I was thinking of something a little more tangible, a little more immediate, let us say, as a favor. And he kind of turns and looks at one of the two big guys beside him and goes, Tim, if you would, I would like some green tea. Would the rest of you like some green tea? I think yes. 6 green teas, please, Tim. And Tam, could you get my black briefcase, please? And Tim goes this way. Tam goes that way.
Team and Tam.
And he turns back to you and says, good help is very difficult to find, but when you find it, it's a wonderful thing.
Vladimir looks like he wants to bolt from the room screaming.
And Tam comes back first with the briefcase, sets the briefcase down in front of him. And he spins it around, reaches, flips the latches, opens it up, and it is full of stacks of money. And he stands up to kind of look over the top of the briefcase. And even standing, he kind of just does that. And he says, I would like to buy information that you could possibly gather for me. This is a down payment of $100,000, which I would hope is sufficient. I would like to know everything that you can find out about a certain gentleman in the city that a few people are acquainted with. You would probably find it easy to make his acquaintance. He is very public and very approachable. He deals with a number of the, shall we call them, different races in the city. I would like to, and he slowly closes the top. He says, this could be yours. I would like to know everything you can find out about one Mr. Asazi McGregor, particularly where his tomb lies. He is one of the Western immortals and has been a bit of a thorn in my side.
I'm gonna look at Lily to see if she knows the name. Like, does it rings a bell for her?
Well, yeah, it does, because it's Osaze.
I think we've all heard that name.
The guy that we were gonna
Yeah.
talk to about the friggin' Stone of Agatha.
Vladimir has turned as white as a fucking sheet.
And he sits back down, smiling.
And okay, you say, do you kill people that you don't like?
And his eyes just go really wide as he looks at you and says, that, is that what you think I do? Kill people I do not like.
Vladimir is just
why ever
desperate.
would I
I'm just asking. I don't know you. Sorry. I'm just asking to try to find out what type of people you are.
Our knowledge is limited as far
I
as your sort of
see.
people. As far as your sort of people.
Is to say we have no knowledge.
Well, I have very
I-
little knowledge about your sort of people, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm not assuming anyone's gender. Uh, it's keeping it abreast of the modern world. It's my daughter often gives me a hard time about this. I'm so stuck in the past, according to her. I'm still listening to bands from the 1920s. Still centuries ahead, centuries ahead. Things change so quickly. But no, violence is the last recourse of desperation. I just wish to make sure that he no longer interferes with my affairs.
May I
Well,
may I throw out a quick counter offer to you, perhaps?
And at that moment, Tim comes back with a large silver tray on which is a fairly largish round ceramic teapot and 6 standard teacups for, Japanese teacups, the small bowls. And he just walks around the table and his huge meaty hand very delicately takes each bowl, puts it in front of each and pours. It starts with Lily, it goes around the table, and ends with Oduru, and then he pours Oduru's tea first, and then goes back around the table and pours tea for everyone. While he does that, Oduru just kind of smiles and nods. And once the
Oh,
tea is done and the tray is put aside, Oduru says, "Yes, thank you for your patience. Uh, we're mentioning a counter."
you introduced yourself and came off in a very friendly manner, but then suddenly shifted very quickly to business. If anything, since this is our first interaction, why don't we try to keep it friendly and cordial? And in that show of respect, much like my lovely haired cohort here was pitching to you, we can fill the gap of something you might be a little more familiar with, possibly the Brotherhood of the Scarlet Lantern.
Oh, you are familiar with the brother.
The general idea of it. So,
yes.
my proposal is, why not we find out information for you, and in exchange, instead of us settling this debt, you call it even. And then we can continue building on that relationship and opening up your communication channels, possibly beyond your current capabilities. So we don't even have to exchange any money. We could just continue to build on this kind of relationship.
Well, because
So,
I have questions.
We have a lot of
Okay.
questions, obviously, but that's a premise.
I will happily answer whatever questions I am able to answer.
So, because you said that this McGregor is meddling in your affairs,
Yes.
but as my friend Hunter here was bringing up the Brotherhood of the Scarlet Lantern and their absence, do you have any communication with Osasi McGregor?
He has rebuffed all of my attempts at communication.
So you would like to talk to them?
No, I would just prefer that he do not involve himself in my affairs anymore. what most of the Western immortals that I have met through my various lives have an arrogance about them. They think that they are the most important among the world. I mean, this McGregor has trucked with the Walking Dead.
Hmm.
You said immortal? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, I am one of the 8 immortals of the family of heaven.
Okay. And you don't like this guy meddling on with the undead? Why?
Oh, that is just one example of the fact that he has friends in low places, one could say. He deals with creatures that would be better eradicated.
So you do like to kill people?
I would hardly say that exterminating vermin would be classed the same as killing people. Have you had any experiences with the unliving?
No, but I've also heard a lot about people cleansing other people from their world, and it tends to not be good.
Again, it would be if you define the unliving as people. I mean, they are not spirits. Spirits are one thing and a completely different thing.
Mm.
These are more parasites.
Maybe so, but a lot of what I am hearing is simply that, well, I mean, because you said that you did try to contact or communicate with this McGregor, but you had no luck. I don't know if you sent others on this task or went yourself. But it 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 could be the sort of thing where if you had some people to um, who are willing to directly communicate for you or on your behalf, that could potentially be more productive um,
Less
than
messy.
less messy, less mess, less attention.
So, as I understand it, you would be willing to carry this message to him? Is this
Sure.
what you are offering?
Sure.
Yeah, well, I'm with offering to communicate between your kind and our kind. Um, and we would basically be, taking roles as messengers or go-betweens. And I don't see why that couldn't extend to this McGregor.
That is a very interesting proposal.
And maybe we can, I don't know, lay the message super clear so he doesn't meddle in your business without us having to spy on them.
Or make things messy.
Yeah.
That is a very interesting proposal. Now, considering if I accept your offer of carrying the message to Sergeant McGregor, what if he rebuffs you and says no?
Then we'll come back to you and inform you of such things, and then we can
Yeah.
move on to the next step.
I mean, my thought would be to, basically talk with him and with yourself and basically back and forth until there is some sort of solution.
This sounds like it could take a long time, and as much as I am extremely long-lived, as is Sons of Greg, there are things that need to be done, cannot wait a long time.
I mean, in the best situation would be that we would be able to get a hold of him, very quickly, and to actually, get traction on your concerns.
Oh, my concerns are simple. I would merely wish him to interfere with my business interests.
Now,
What are your business interests?
yeah, were we to do this, we would need to know what those are specifically.
I do not think that you do.
So we are to assume that he would know what those are?
Oh, yes, I would expect that he would.
I see.
Rosaline will speak up, be like, "We'll do our best to be as persuasive as possible, sir. Please give us the chance to solve things peacefully. You won't be disappointed."
It takes a moment and sips his tea and sets the bowl down. He says, well, the clearing of the debt was contingent upon Mr. McGregor no longer interfering in my business, which if you were able to convince him, that takes care of things quickly, simply. But if you are not, it sounds like there's a lot of back and forth, and I'm wondering how long you can hold this debt before whatever you have promised comes home to roost.
I believe it would take around the same time as getting enough information for your satisfaction, sir.
Like, I don't know the guy, so
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking to just at least, as Rosaline has just said, to give us the opportunity to try. Simply rather because you did try and came up with nothing. If we also come up with nothing, then we come back to rather square one and go from there. But I don't know. If it were me, I wouldn't necessarily just discard the opportunity.
I would look at it this way. Either way, it comes out as a win-win for you if you break it down. If it ends up working out, again, nobody has to get messy. You get what you want. We get what we want. If things don't turn out so well, we're the ones taking the brunt of that hit, because you're going to be nice and cozy over here with your two cohorts that love to make this fantastic tea. So, I think it would be in your best interest if, at the very least, you give us a chance, and even if it doesn't work out, you're really not missing out on too much.
Just like Novosibirsk.
I think in the interest of being new friends, yes, we can do this way.
Thank you for your
Great.
cooperation and your trust in us, sir.
Oh, thank you very much for taking up this debt for Hanove Seiko and for expending your attention and energy to my small worldly irritations.
Absolutely. We'll do our best.
Is there any extra information that you could give us? And I'm not looking to meddle into your personal business, but anything that can help us sway McGregor.
Well, I do have the common knowledge that most people have, where he is, when he is, most of the time. But when he is where he is often surrounded by innocence, the public. And I would not want to do anything too persuasive that would potentially bring attention to either of us.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
Definitely.
me, he tends to work through intermediaries. And again, I would prefer not to bring attention by causing issues with those intermediaries. It is merely asking for the respect due one immortal from another, that he pay attention to his own responsibilities and leave mine alone.
Lily is taking notes.
I think we can do that. Yeah, I think we can do that.
Wonderful. Then I shall call this a very successful meeting and a wonderful evening, to have made 5 new friends and to be well on our way to a wonderful relationship.
Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. And he stands up and goes, Tim, if you would show these wonderful people out, then to access this space again, to contact me, you know which door to knock on. It is usually best to do so sometime an hour or two before midnight. It's usually when I have my food. If I am not in residence, then Tim will let you know. And we'll tell you when you can best come speak with me again. But I am generally here.
Sure. Thank you very much for your trust.
And thank you very much for your time and wonderful new friendship. And he kind of bows deeply and stands up. And he says, and now I will bid you a good night.
Good
Vladimir
night.
bounces to his
Sure.
feet. I'm just like, yes, thank you. We're just gonna.
And he turns and he
Let's go.
strolls out of the archway, the opposite side from the way he walked in. And one of the 2 big guys goes, and starts walking back out the way that he came in.
Lily's gonna stand while still feeling rather shaky from this conversation. Bow towards Adoro Cho's back as he's leaving, and then just follow Giant Dude Face to exit.
Giant dude face strolls down that short hallway, opens the door, leads you back up the circular stair, and then back outside, opens the door, and there's definitely a difference in atmosphere when you get back outside.
Wait, what?
It just feels different. There's something about down there that you didn't pick up the first time, that as you're leaving, it's kind of like, okay, there's a freshness outside that is relieving.
Because it's air.
No. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Don't like.
Okay.
Are we
and
outside yet?
Yep. The 5 of you are outside, and the giant dude face closes the door behind you.
Where is Jimmy?
It takes a moment of looking around, but then he kind of steps into a street light from half a block down, and kind of hands in pocket strolls towards you.
Lily is going to walk straight up to him. I'm assuming he's wearing a hoodie.
No, today he's just wearing a windbreaker over a gray t-shirt and a pair of black jeans.
Okay, windbreaker. And basically Lily's going to walk straight up to him and while not actually touching him, but definitely looking like she's lunging for his collar. Why didn't you warn us?
And he's just kind of straightens up, takes a half step back, goes, warn you what? What?
The favor that he asked, it's about kinda one of our friends' contacts.
Okay.
It doesn't give us good vibes.
Yeah, he can kind of come across strong to people, I guess.
No,
Cultural difference.
No, he was very nice and everything, but it's more like the vibe of like, if you don't fix it, I will kind of thing.
It's like the bosses back in Novosibirsk is not good.
Oh, okay.
Is fix
Oh.
or break your knees. Is fix or go swimming with arms tied behind your back. Is oh my. Oh
Yeah,
my.
I can kind of see him coming across like that. I mean, you know, he's one of the heavenly family. He's been around a long time. He's, you know, deep in with the, you know, tradition.
James, how much do you know about his type of business offhand?
Not a lot. I keep my nose out.
But that is it. You are saying he's steeped in tradition. We don't know what the tradition is.
Yes.
Oh, I feel like
Well,
oh goodness, walking into a gorgeous and plush, like honestly, his taste in decoration. But
Yeah,
Shark
and I
Tank.
mean, and to think those underground areas, I mean, back in the, you know, early Toronto, late 1800s, they were opium dens down there, you know, smugglers' holes, stuff like that. And then they kind of plowed over the Chinatown on top. It's like, this used to be where Chinatown was. We kind of moved it over there because City Hall, you know, and stuff like that. And it actually started with that City Hall over there, old City Hall, before they even put up new City Hall. So yeah, he's been here building down there for a long time.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, certainly on the one hand, it was lovely. He was perfectly pleasant. And on the other, everything about him and the atmosphere and even what he said to us let us rather know I guess where he stands and his perspective.
and now we kind of have to find a way to have them both happy and not get killed by any of the immortals and whatever.
Yeah, well, because
Oh yeah, good luck with that. I mean, you know,
yeah,
have you guys got much experience dealing with the other, you know, races?
not enough.
Yeah,
I've only
yeah, we avoid them
partied.
for a reason.
I am having ideas for technologies to fix, so to deal with.
We don't need to fix, we don't need to deal with. I've already met, I have already met and spoken with more than once the person that we're supposed to be speaking with.
Oh, so he actually had like a specific unique. Okay, I can see why Auntie Hinode handed that off then, because she doesn't do well speaking with other people unless she wants to, and if she doesn't want to, you know, and she can kind of come across abrasive to people, sort of.
Yeah, but the problem is that that person, it's a contact.
Yeah, well,
it
it's
has like
basically
information.
we're gonna have to do a very interesting kind of dance
Okay.
to work this out. Because Adoro Cho has a very definite "I want this done or else" sort of attitude, and we managed to counteroffer with a "what if we negotiate instead?" And we're just gonna have to go and
Mediate.
yeah,
Okay.
discuss and
Yeah.
hope it
Is not being ending with us dead.
yeah, that one, or
Same flavor, different dumpling. I mean, you've met Haruki.
Little different feeling here.
Okay, yeah, like I said, same flavor, different dumpling.
No, completely different dish altogether. When we were at the other spot, I really didn't catch that mafia vibe. Over here, definite couple episodes of Sopranos popped up in the back of my head.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel you on that one. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to mention the guys with the tattoos, but
You don't have to. We saw them too.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure they probably had tattoos.
I don't know, but they were big.
Oh, yeah, his messenger boys, yeah.
Hmm.
Messenger boys, my goodness.
Yeah, he doesn't come above ground often. If people need to, they go to him. But
Yeah.
he makes sure things happen in, the Chinatowns the way that they are supposed to happen.
So,
And a few other places here and there. I mean,
you say messenger boys. Are they actually his messenger boys, or are they just his assistants? Because he told us he tried to reach out to a specific individual several times. So I'm wondering if he sent these two.
you know what? He might have, and he might have sent other people. I mean, he's got a whole army looking for
Yeah,
when you get down to it.
If he has Yakuza working for him, he probably has.
We don't say the Y word around here.
Yeah,
Say
he
yogurt.
probably
Let's
has-
stick with
he-
yogurt out in public. How's that?
Okay. If he has yogurt, he
Boom.
probably has a lot of them because they come in packs. Like they come in groups.
Yogurt
Not,
packs.
not really
Yeah,
packs.
they can.
Family.
They don't have
Families.
to. It's
Yogurt
families.
packets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, packs of yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is
Okay.
how it works with people like that. Is same back home, where is
La.
1 is 20 or more.
Yeah.
So, all of this, a point that did come up that made me realize something we hadn't at all discussed with you, and I don't know if it's you we should be discussing it with.
Okay.
I think it's too late.
It's probably too late.
Order of operations, everybody's eventually going to find out. So, I
Yeah,
don't
but,
think it's
like,
that big of a deal.
We already took the deal,
did.
so it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I still like it as an idea.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
supporting you 100%.
Am I supposed to be confused at this point, or?
I mean,
Oh,
we're
wait.
talking around a topic, so sure.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. I'm good with that.
We're always
No, no,
producing. That's our normal thing.
Yeah, but it's just we're friends with Jimmy. We never did actually discuss with him. I don't know.
Right.
We don't
yes.
have to if you guys don't want to.
Oh, no. Okay. In brief, we talked about a line of communication between our people and Adorato's people, but also about our people and your people. Because
Well, I think Adoro is there.
Oh, no.
Wait.
No,
No,
I believe it's a
I would not
different
call him
element
part of our
altogether.
people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so you're lumping us all in together as one culture, which I kind of understand because media and all that stuff. But
No,
you
we just
know,
don't know how this
okay,
stuff all works
so
yet.
so you guys
All
and
I
and vampires, would you call them your people too?
no. It's just because all of this just came from the impression that there isn't communication between the changelings and all you guys over here just on the other side of town, and that seems silly to me.
Ah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, well, you know,
So
mostly you
if
guys
I
stick to your parts of the city, and we stick to our parts of the city. And there's not a
yeah,
lot of crossover.
I
But
just meant, you know, if I'm making the mistake of lumping you all together, I am sorry. I'm apologizing. I don't mean to be doing that. I
yeah,
am
because
working on a heavy load of ignorance right here.
I'll tell
I
you,
just
we've got our own types of vampires, and you do not want to run into them. They're not the clubbing sorts.
there are more. Oh no.
Oh yeah,
The kind in nightclub is bad enough. I'm not for needing meat more.
yeah. I mean, you got the whole spirit thing going on. You've met any. You've got. I mean, do you know how many kinds? You got some humans that can do some wonky shit too.
I don't know. It
Like
was
in
just
that
an
Wizard of
idea.
Oz movie?
Yeah, kind of like bending reality or like shape changing into stuff. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just rude.
There's a lot of weird in the world. There's a lot of weird in the world. Now, if you want to be the representatives to go between all the weird and talk, okay, cool. I
That
don't
is
know. I don't know you can get them all to sit down at the same table without like fights breaking out all over it. But I mean,
We don't
cool.
have to. I think
Yeah, we don't have to. Like I said, it's a thing we were tossing around. You know?
Also, I'm thinking, as I understood, way we talked about it is not so much us being okay, everyone, come together, sit at table, sing what is it, kumbaya, and drink tea. It is us carrying message from one group, another group, another group, intermediary,
Okay,
bridge.
Yeah, what
that'd be interesting.
Hunter said it, the Brotherhood of the Scarlet Lantern kind of thing, that they're not around anymore, so they're not.
Well, okay, no, they're around. We just don't have any in this part of the world.
yes.
Okay.
They're mostly overseas, and they're kind of ambassadorial sorts that would go between villages and cities to
Mhm.
arrange, you know, peace talks and alliances and stuff like that. So yeah, it would be getting everyone to sit down at a table and saying, let's all get along. But you know, if you're riffing off that, I mean, cool. That's you know, that's a thing. I don't know what kind of messages would be passed between the different races beyond get the fuck out of my space. But you know, that's the thing to discover.
The message has already been said that there are things that are greater and more threatening than us, and we must stick together.
Yeah, you know, I can buy into that.
That is what we are trying to accomplish here.
Oh,
I'm just gonna like point
Okay.
between me and Rosaline, be like that. What she said.
okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, noble effort. Cool. Okay, well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys. Yes.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, we got so focused on, okay, we're gonna go meet Odoto Cho that we didn't just talk about it with you. We haven't even actually talked about it with anybody else other than him and now you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So,
And now you
yeah.
expect me to take it to my elders?
I don't know.
We can-
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll it's not like we get together and have a council and you know chat periodically, but I mean, you know, we chat.
If you wouldn't
Um,
mind
Yeah, I
possibly
suppose.
bringing it up, James.
Yeah, I could do that. Kind of test the waters for you and see how they feel. So yeah, sure. What are the groups you're approaching?
Um,
Don't know
Apparently
yet.
now,
ours, yours, and we will be figuring out from there on.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. Sounds like you got a core idea and you just need to build on it. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, what
Sure.
it's
What the
just
heck?
because speaking for just me, I don't see why there should be. I mean, like with some people's, yeah, I understand why there's conflict, but with others, it's like, okay, but why? Like, is it literally just because we're not talking?
Problem.
Well, that's kind of silly though.
she does make a
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. Come on. How many, battles have started because of misunderstanding and miscommunication before? History is full of them.
100%.
And um I think it would
I just made your
maybe
argument for. Huh, okay,
A
yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
I think it would maybe help a little bit if your people knew that some vampires attacked one of our people.
Why would they? That's not them.
No. But like, if vampires are attacking our people to get stuff from us, they might be interested in attacking your people next or at some point.
Yeah, but we still don't know
So,
why that
so
happened in the first place.
what? Vampires were attacking?
One
I mean, it's
of
vampires, so
no,
Yeah, but they
it's
were left alive.
yeah. What happened because except for me, this motley used to be all different members, and one of those ones, she was basically found unconscious in a street, had been hit on the head real hard, and had no memory of who or what she was, or if she had any family or anything. Nothing, no memory.
And
And for the longest time we were trying to help her, work towards getting that back. Pieces would come to her over time, and she's since been actually reunited with her family, which is great. Like, I think that's wonderful. But like, we didn't know what happened to her or why necessarily, and all we've been able to find out so far is that probably a vampire is why she lost her memory in the first place, and that there was also possibly some artifact that had been on her person that got appropriated
Yes.
during that incident.
oh, okay. So you're chasing up who did it?
Who did
this
it and what and
artifact
why
went.
and yeah, and all that stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if any of that is connected to your people or not. Like Fagwa said, maybe it's a thing to be concerned about. Maybe it's not. But
Nothing I've heard, but I don't hear everything. So yeah, I can chase up a few folk, ask around.
but if they're interested in our people and our stuff, nothing stops them to being interested in your people and your stuff.
Yeah, good
yeah,
point. Good point. So you're kind of looking at a supernatural NATO, is what you're saying. We'll
Well,
all kind of get together and
it seems
cover
to
each
be
other's backs.
related in the same subject matter because apparently this other
guess.
individual is meddling in somebody else's affairs. So it seems more like stuff going on over there is affecting all of us as a whole, just with different politics.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
Yeah.
eventually it's going to bleed into each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense.
But we truly do appreciate your cooperation in this matter.
Oh, hey, anything I can do to help besides it's, being a messenger of the gods is not the most exciting job in the world.
It can be. If you play your cards right.
There's excitement and there's excitement, if you get what I mean. I don't need like car chase, gunfire in the streets excitement. That,
Mm,
you know,
see, I think that's
interesting times is a blessing and a curse.
Mm.
yeah, but I think that's maybe how come we're like, I don't know, we're just starting to get the sense of too many weird things going off at the same time. And it's like, if you can kind of head off some nonsense.
Before it happens.
Yeah.
Or
I
be
think-
pointing nonsense at other nonsense.
I think what needs to happen next is that we need to fulfill our bargain that we just made. Once that is done, perhaps you can vouch for us.
Yeah, like I said, I'll go have a chat with a few of the elders. Kind of put the bug in their ear and see what they think. And what do you want to set up, like a meeting or something, or like to do a formal proposal, or do I just go to them and say, so there's this pack of people, who are willing to be the go-betweens, the ambassadors between the groups, and just hand it to
Well,
them.
I think, bringing the proposal to them as this is a possibility and basically testing it out. I mean, we're going to have to go to our version of your higher ups and basically do the same thing and test it out because we haven't yet. And I don't want to be promising to your people that, oh, we're totally going to do this and then get like something crazy from our side. So like, we are willing to be doing this as long as everybody agrees that it's cool. But we need to actually like ask first.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not something you can shove in someone's face. I mean, they're going to get along with you or they're not. And so yeah, making sure you got buy-in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's basically what we're putting forward to you. But it is late, and that was a weird experience back there.
You did
Yeah.
good.
I should get back home too.
And we
I only have a
have-
short stroll.
I need to catch the vomit comet before it gets too vomity. Good night.
Okay.
Mm.
She'll leave.
See you.
Bye,
see you-
Rosaline.
See you tomorrow to meeting the guy.
Okay. You guys stay chill and you know how to get in touch.
Yep, definitely. Have a good
Pleasant
night.
evening, James.
Yep. You
Safe-
folk too.
Safe trip home. And Hunter, can I catch a ride with you? I
Sure.
don't think I can deal with public transit right now.
It's okay. You did good tonight.
We
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Well done speaking. Oh God. Oh, oh, that happened.
Mm,
yeah, but we're alive. That's cool.
yeah, but tomorrow is gonna be another day, another meeting, and another chance to be killed.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
So optimistic.
He is very optimistic. I bring bottle of vodka. We all be optimistic by time meeting happens.
I,
this guy, like, okay, we thought this guy, Ozaze, was just like a regular, dude that kind of talk with vampires
well,
once in a while.
you did. I have a bit more experience, but
But,
not
like,
fully enough to put this together.
well, okay. I thought this guy was just a regular guy that hanged out with vampires on the weekends. And now he's like an immortal guy that it's against yogurt in town. And that's a lot.
It is, but you know what? We're in this position where we have to live in this kind of world now. And I think so far we're actually doing a pretty good job. And I was very impressed by the way you spoke up in there, and I'm happy that shit didn't pop off wrong, but at the same time, it's good to know that they know that we're not afraid to speak up.
I don't think it. I don't think that was bravery.
Oh,
Like
I
at
didn't
least on
say it was
my
bravery,
part.
Yes, bravery.
but I think it kind of worked.
Um.
I wouldn't make it a
Well, yeah.
regular thing.
Yeah. No. No.
No,
That.
I
No.
mean,
No.
I appreciate a lot all of what, you guys chimed in, because I mean, I was trying my best, but I was still freaking out.
You did good. You were fine.
Like the meanest people I usually deal with are the people that works on airports, not yogurt level. This is a whole new thing.
Mm. Whee!
As you're all heading home, Fagua, would you be so kind as to give me a roll of perception plus kenning?
What?
Difficulty 6s and up.
No.
What?
Oh
Okay. I
Oh.
dropped all my
Oh
dice.
no! I just heard them all fall.
Da, da, da.
I don't know.
I
Pick the
No.
best 6.
I have three in my hand. So perception plus what?
Perception plus kenning.
Plus canning. Okay, so it's a 4. 6 and up. Okay.
Yes, please.
2.
2 is sufficient. You're going to take the subway home because it's not quite too bad. Dundas Station, which is actually from where you are, yeah, Dundas Station would be the closest station. Easy to get to. It's nice off-white, as I remember. It's been a while since I've been there. Off-white tiles, and you go in the turnstile, standard kind of subway. You've seen pictures, I'm sure. People will be used to subways from New York to Toronto to London and all in between.
They got them
But
everywhere.
the station is nice and open, well lit, white tile walls, and generally it usually says Dundas Station in tiles, in kind of a dark blue black tile along the wall. As you walk into the station proper, on your left, you can see where it usually says Dundas Station. It says City Wants to Talk. And when you blink, it goes back to saying Dundas Station.
What did it say? What did it say? What?
It said City Wants to Talk.
Okay. Okay.
I just put it in chat so that you can see
Yeah.
exactly what it said.
Yeah. It's just my freaking out. The freaking out moment. City wants to talk. Okay.
And that's where we're going to wrap the game, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and everybody on the arcs in between.
Okay.
Because leaving my players dangling, wondering what the f- is he up to, is always an enjoyable thing. Keeps the energy flowing until next week.
Um,
You say energy, I say trauma.
Well, yes. And how could I show my love for you if I didn't traumatize you regularly?
You and your caffeine PTSD action. Love it, Cliff. Love it.
So thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you for anyone who subscribed or has decided to follow. We're going to quickly wrap it around so that people can get on with their evenings and either get to sleep or get stuff done or hop on. And for the rest of you viewers, we'll be raiding somewhere shortly into a game. So do I remember what order I did things in? Yeah, let's go in a reverse order to let people know who you are and where they can find you next. And let's start with Rosaline Kelly.
Hi everyone, I'm Haley. Also go by Beyblade666 on the internet. And you can find me here. I think it's Tuesday nights. Next Tuesday also is my They Came Beyond the Grave show on Onyx Path. And that's episode 1. So it's going to be a good one. I had a lot of fun with that. And then at some point, I'm on MH the Ascension game called Neon Gore, also on Twitch. So that'd be exciting too. My first time playing that kind of game. So yeah, thank you.
Nice. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Vladimir Mihailovich.
Everyone, I'm Zev. I played everyone's favorite knocker with all his panic attacks. You can find me on Twitter at Rookery Gaming 30K. Here playing Changeling, and currently that's what I've got going.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Lily Winters.
Hi, I'm Crystal, and I play Lily Winters, your friendly neighborhood Corrid, and oh my freaking goodness, what the heck was that? Gosh, I am not really on social media, but I am here playing with all these cool kids, and you have to come back so you can find out what happens else, because, well, you just gotta.
You know, you curse so well in The Good Place. Verbiage. I
Mm.
mean, I've been waiting for a forking shirt.
Forking shirt balls.
Thank you very much. And Hunter Lanigan, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have played Hunter, your troll. My name is Michael Walsh. You can find me on the interwebs as Ventru1399 on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me here with these lovely individuals playing Changeling Tuesdays, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You can also find these amazing people on an upcoming episode of Changeling the Podcast, which you'll be able to find on Apple, Spotify, Podbean, and all other spots you can normally find your podcasting audible nerdish needs. Finally, to announce that the lovely channel that myself and Miss Rosaline over here and a couple of other talented individuals have been working on will be upcoming in the beginning of August, called Lanya Gaming. So please stay tuned for that, with 2 separate Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicles and other games upcoming.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And wrapping up the motley tonight is Fagua.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra from Najra Creations. I played Fagua, the Aishu that has no idea what's going on. You can find me on all social media as Najra Creations. I'm a professional cosplayer and cosmaker. If you need anything, just let me know. You can find me here on Tuesdays, and you can find me mostly behind the scenes, creating content for Girls Run These Worlds. It's a women-owned and women-highlighted new channel, and we have like 25 new stories coming up, 25 new games in the next few months, showcasing women DMs and amazing people. So please follow us on social media.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And I have been Cliff the Storyteller. You can find me on the Insta under the Vintage GM, where I will toss up most things. I'm here Tuesdays tossing plot at these fantastic people at 6:30 Eastern Standard, Eastern Daylight, Eastern whatever. And watching them write a fantastic story. I'm also here on Saturdays on Vancouver by Night as part of the Vampire Takeover. Currently, this will play next Tuesday. So yeah, we'll be wrapping up our short little palate cleanser, Toronto by Night, where I am playing a vampire in Toronto, which this is indeed in the Vancouver by Night universe. So there is information crossover. And then we'll be bringing back the Vancouver crowd shortly thereafter. I can also be found every second Wednesday now. I believe it'll be a week and a half from now, or roughly a week from now, on Tucson by Night, on Dark Sanded Tabletop channel. I'm going to have to get the information down for that. And there'll be some other stuff coming up. And as well, remember, Vancouver by Night, check out our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the little bell, catch up on all of the back issues there of the Changeling game, the Vampire games, tons of amazing content, all sorts of one-off games as well. And their Patreon, $1 a month, and you get access to so much content. It is fantastic. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Thanks to our hosts, Vancouver by Night. Thanks to this incredible motley. Tune in next week for the season finale, and let's see where things go from here. Have a great night, all.
Morning.
And let's raid somewhere.